When I was growing up, my family ate a lot of beef. I'm not talking about a little bit, I'm talking about a lot. My mother would make incredible dishes like brisket, pot roast. She used ground meat for a ton of recipes.
Well, as a Texan, it's probably no surprise that I adore beef. I mean, beef is to a Texan as cheese is to someone from Wisconsin.
You can go for inexpensive cuts of meat, provided you know what to do with them, and what's even as important to that is what not to do with them.
For my recipe, I'm doing skirt steak fajitas. I love cooking this for a summer barbecue, serve some margaritas. It's a fantastic recipe for a crowd. Tequila is what gives it a little extra zip. Don't worry, the alcohol from the tequila is going to completely cook off.
I love that you use tequila in your marinade. Why have I never thought of that? Oh my gosh, you know, I always use lime juice. I'm definitely going to be trying that next time.
But I want to suggest that you leave a little bit of tequila out for me, so when I come over I can have a shot or two. My favorite beef on a budget recipe is grilled flank steak with chimichurri sauce. For me, it conjures up ideas of eating in Europe or being at a bistro. Well, that's just me because I like to pretend I'm fancy. But try it. You're not going to see it everywhere, and it's very different. But it's very, very, very easy to prepare, and it's not expensive.
I went on vacation to Argentina a few years ago, and I fell in love with chimichurri on steak. Go Matt, let's dance, let's dance. Let's do the steak dance. Hey!
I think a misconception is that if it's tough, it's not flavorful, and that's not true at all. You look at the undersides like a flank or skirt steak, and when those are done properly, they're packed with flavor, and they're not expensive.
Matt, I so agree with you. Tenderness does not equate flavor at all. Look at a filet mignon, one of the most tender and most expensive cuts of steak that there is. Zero flavor. Give me a skirt steak or a hanger steak any day. Now, my favorite inexpensive cut of beef is the brisket. Now, there are several different methods that you can use to transform brisket from shoe leather into butter, but I discovered this one method. I like to call it my coffee rub brisket.
I've made brisket before, Lisa, but a coffee rub is a fantastic idea.
Lisa, you know, we both grew up in Texas, so brisket runs through our veins. I'm definitely going to try this recipe. I don't actually ever cook brisket. I wait till I go back home to visit my parents, and then I get my brisket fix, but I'm definitely going to try this recipe.
Now, you might be wondering if it's okay if you can use decaffeinated coffee. And, well, I actually highly recommend it, especially if you're going to be doing this in the evening. As I recently discovered when I made this for a group of friends, and I did it with caffeinated coffee, and after all that caffeine, we were bouncing off the walls way past our bedtimes.
Since I'm nursing, I am psyched that I can use decaf coffee so I can actually eat your brisket recipe.
You can go for inexpensive cuts of meat, provided you know what to do with them, and what's even as important to that is what not to do with them. That's the real key.
I'll show you how to make these recipes and more at goodbite.com.